Okay, so this is what I was talking about earlier with the bottlenecks going on in California. And I've been reading up on this since last week, and I wanted to talk about it last week, but I figured more information was going to come out. And of course, there's been more information that's come out. But Joe, like the article says, and this is from The Guardian, Biden orders companies to ease supply chain bottlenecks or he'll call them out. Okay. I mean, that's nothing new. You've been calling everything out anyways, but we'll see. Joe Biden has warned companies that he will call them out if they fail to step up to ease supply chain bottlenecks ahead of this holiday season. The US president is facing grim option polls and stalling legislative agenda, and it's eager to avert fresh political damage from choke ports, highways, and railways, resulting in higher prices and empty shelves. I'm going to start off with this. I don't think that your polls are suffering just because of this. I mean, no offense, but anybody last year who didn't think we were going to have this problem with as long as we were closed and the economy was closed, we were going to have this problem. Now, should we still be having this problem? Probably not. But it was something that was bound to happen for a while. And there's been a lot of companies that have been saying about, shortages since last year. But we'll continue. I just don't think that your polls are suffering just because of this. There's a lot more to it than just because of this. And I'm pretty sure you know it, which is why you want this to hurry up and get through. And this is why you're saying you're going to call out the companies. So we'll continue. I know you're hearing a lot about something called supply chains and how hard it is to get a range of things from a toaster to sneakers to bicycles to bedroom furniture. Biden acknowledged in a short address at the White House on Wednesday. With the holidays coming up, you might be wondering if the gifts you plan to buy will arrive on time. That's true. I mean, the shelves have been empty. I mean, and there's a lot that goes on to that. There's certain food items that I buy for my daughter because she loves them, Lunchables. And I had to go from stores to stores to stores to try to find them. And last weekend, and I shouldn't say I do because my fiance loves doing the grocery shopping. I shouldn't say she loves doing the grocery shopping. She does the grocery shopping, and she went through 4 different stores and came back home with only 2 Lunchables. So that's kind of ridiculous. But again, Biden announced that the Port of Los Angeles, which has recently suffered a record backlog, will expand to 24/7 operation, following the example of the Port of Long Beach, also in California. About 40% of the shipment containers imported to the US come through 2 ports, which are among the world's busiest but typically operate 5 days a week, closing nights and weekends. The change will see the ports of Los Angeles add more than 60 hours of operation a week, almost double its total earlier this year. Biden, who set up a supply chain disruption task force in June, said the announcement has the potential to be a game changer, but added, "I say potential because all these goods won't move by themselves. For the positive impact to be felt all across the country and by all of you at home, we need major retailers who order the goods and the freight movers who take the goods from ships to factories and to stores to step up as well." In a positive sign, Biden said 3 major carriers of goods, Walmart, FedEx, and UPS, plan to intensify their round-the-clock operations to speed the shipment of goods across the country. Target, Home Depot, and Samsung are also increasing their work in off-peak hours. So I don't think that a lot of that is going to help very much, and it might help in some states. It might not help in others. And I've also been reading that truckers are refusing to go into states that are mandating vaccines because they themselves have to get checked out and whatever. I'm not going to go back into the whole vaccine mandate, at least not tonight. But if you can't get the truckers on board, which, they have a very hard job as it is, you're still going to have to deal with shortages. Now, Biden can ask these companies, and a lot of the companies are starting to step up, which is the reason why you've seen a lot of PlayStation 5 drops this week, mainly because retailers have been holding them for when they can get them. That way they can do these type of drops, and they're gonna start holding them again because of the holidays. But I don't know if this is gonna help a lot. I really don't. But at the end of the day, when you have containers that are just sitting off the coast for days and days and days on end, you're still gonna have a big backlog. At this point, I think that some of the containers should be rerouted, and maybe this should put a thought into the whole globalism, because this might set it back. That just this that's happening here with these containers being you know, just sitting off the coast, like I said, for days on end, it should put a damper in the whole globalization thing, because you can't have everything coming in through one coast, and then if that one coast can't take care of it, and at this point is California, but that's nothing new. Eric, don't go down that rabbit hole. But if California can't take care of it, then send, you know, some of those ships elsewhere. I mean, if you're gonna be sitting off the coast for 5 days and it takes you 4 days to get across the Atlantic, or if you're gonna be sitting, or not across the Atlantic, well, yeah, but across the Pacific into the coast or into the Atlantic, you know, then come make the little trip across the Panama Canal and then come to the East Coast. I'm on the East Coast, so come to the East Coast and get some stuff dropped off on the East Coast, and maybe that'll help out. And I know a lot of the stuff comes from California, but at the end of the day, a lot of the stuff gets offloaded in California and then gets spread throughout the coast or throughout the nation. But right now it's not helping. So here's where I'm going with this. Governor DeSantis promotes Florida ports in bid to alleviate supply chain issues. And this is true, because DeSantis, with the White House saying incremental progress has been made in alleviating the bottlenecks in the supply chain, Governor DeSantis took another swipe Tuesday at the Biden administration as he pitched using Florida ports for the cargo ships log jammed in California. He says, "We're here, we have capacity," DeSantis said in Florida's 15 ports and related transportation infrastructure during the appearance at Jacksonville Jacksports. DeSantis, who has made a hallmark of challenging the White House on a variety of issues, highlighted state spending on roads, ports, and rail infrastructure and workforce training during Tuesday's appearance, along the touting incentives package offered by the state ports to try to entice shipping companies to reroute operations. And I agree. He also says we have to make sure people can go Christmas shopping as normal. We have to make sure that all the necessities are there. And if it's because ships are sitting off the coast somewhere else and they can be rerouted here and we can get all those shelves stocked, then we want to be part of that solution. That's true. Why not route them over to the East Coast and use the ports on the East Coast to get these ships offloaded, especially if the East Coast has it, and here in Jacksonville, Florida, right? And that's what DeSantis says. Send them to Jacksonville, Florida. Get them offloaded, and then we'll distribute over to the West Coast if you guys can't get your act together out there. And I shouldn't say you shouldn't get your act together, because I'm pretty sure these people are working, you know, hard. At least as hard as their unions will let them work. But you know, it is what it is. We have to make sure that it's not just Christmas shopping goes on as normal, like DeSantis says here, but we do have to make sure that shopping goes on as we can, so we can get the supplies that we need, especially when it comes to you know, food and PlayStation 5s. That's just me saying it because I want a PlayStation 5 and I can't get my hands on it. And like I said earlier in another live stream, I've always been able to just walk in the store and get what I need. But that's for another day. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and give it a thumbs up. Also, leave your comments below. If you want to chat about any of these topics or any others, consider joining my live stream during my 1-hour pre-gaming news recap. I'm Eric the Inadequate, and until next time.